Same situation playing out over and over and over again in the DMs. And I'm just like, yo, I already know what's happening with you, homegirl. So this young lady, she sent us a long-ass DM. She had to send it in like five different messages.
It's thorough. Very thorough.
Very thorough. I know exactly what's going on here. Just to make a long story short.
What's going on, my boy?
You know, we chilling. We doing the thing. Addressing some things. We gonna address some things.
What type of things we about to address?
Damn, we got some people heated.
We
got some people heated.
Like an oven.
Good Lord.
And some stuffing in the oven.
Man, it's just like, yo, you could tell when somebody is just got a chip on their shoulder.
Wow.
And they're just like, yo, fuck you and everything that you guys are trying to say.
Okay.
Because I don't see it the same way.
Well, that's not a bad thing. I feel like perspective is good, and if it's different ones, you should respect each other's sort of, that respect.
Well, allow us to enlighten you, young man. Because we feel where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we got to learn to understand each other. You feel me?
That's right. And that is on humanity and human connection in every single aspect. Yeah. It's like you drink like a good Pepsi with that voice, bro. Like on a summer day, like when you're at the beach and you don't have nothing left, but it's just like a Pepsi can that's in one of those coolers, and you just take it out and you pop it open. It's just like,
yeah.
And then you're renewed.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Strip Down Podcast.
That's right.
Welcome, everybody.
What's good?
We've been getting a lot of new listeners lately, man.
That's amazing.
Welcome, everybody. We appreciate your time, your ears, and your eyes.
And what?
And your inner eyes.
That's what you say for the end.
I hesitate saying that now because I know we got some male listeners. I'm just like...
Yeah, I feel you. It's been an influx, but we appreciate you, fellas.
We do appreciate the fellas that come in and listen in. So listen, if you're new here, welcome, everybody. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and do me a favor. Tap that subscribe button. Tap it up.
There you go. Remix.
Welcome to the shit show.
Dang.
Well, we just keep it real, baby. We just tell it like we see it. No sugar. This coffee comes black.
Dang.
You know, it might not go down smooth, but you're going to have a burst of energy and an awakening.
Oh, my goodness.
After you.
Such a vivid description.
After you take a sip of what we serving up.
Dang.
We coming with them.
Write that down, my boy.
We coming with them analogies. We stay coming with them analogies. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We want to get on to some topics this evening with you guys and ladies. We've been getting a lot of DMs and a lot of comments.
Yeah.
And we're going to address them. So stick around. We got a lot to address. But before we get into that, we do want to show some love to those of you who have been showing some love. You know, so we want to give a couple shout outs. Okay, we do this every episode. We want to give a couple shout outs to some of our top fans, some of the ones that we've been noticing more and more often in the comment section, more and more often liking our videos. I keep seeing these names popping up over and over again. It's like, oh, damn, I appreciate your support. Seeing you reposting us to your story. Appreciate the support. Y'all showing some love. So now we want to show some love.
Gifting us with the grace of love. We appreciate y'all, truly.
Yeah. Exactly. So first and foremost, from YouTube, I want to give a shout out to Amanda Diodato.
Amanda, thank you, girl.
We also want to give a shout out to the IG fam, Beatrice Ada.
Beatrice Ada. If I didn't butcher that.
From IG, Becca Kiegler.
That's unique. I like that name.
From TikTok, we got Jasmine_Valentine98 And we also got Winter Lys, Lys.
Does that mean she don't celebrate winter?
She don't do winters, dog. She be
the season
flying
stays
to the
in summer.
Bahamas.
Okay.
Whenever it gets a little chilly out, she just be.
Hey, I ain't
I'm out
mad at
there,
it.
bitch.
I ain't mad at it, girl.
I feel you on that. Shout out to you, ladies. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. We see y'all.
Yes.
You know, and of course to all the other OG fans, we know you're there. These are the new ones that we've been noticing. You know, so by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not following our IG DMs are open. Go ahead and follow that thing, because that's where we're getting a lot of these these topics that we're gonna address.
That's right.
We've opened up a floodgate of situations. Goodness gracious.
Has it been also a
They
waterfall?
have unleashed on us.
Yes.
We're getting entire books, and let me tell you my problems, young man. I said, okay, well, and you know what I'm starting to notice?
What's that?
Starting to notice a lot of overlap between some of these situations. So when I see one situation, and we figure out how it plays out, and then somebody else tells me a similar situation, and she doesn't know what's going on, I'm like, oh, you're dealing with the same exact thing you dealing with.
Wow.
Sweetheart, I already know how this one plays out for you.
Yes. From the finest source in itself, which is literally
I know that guy.
the raw person, the person, the entity, you.
We gon' address him. But first and foremost, we gonna address some bitterness, some haters, some guys who got their thing, they got their perspective skewed.
I thought you was gonna say the wrong prescription. And I was like, yeah, that could probably be the
These
reason.
guys got the prescriptions mixed up.
Yeah.
You know, so we put out like a video like about a week ago or so of like this whole new alpha male thing that's going on in social media, like the whole notion that in order to be an alpha male, you cannot give a fuck about females. Like, you can't show them any sort of respect whatsoever. And if you do, you're a simp. And I'm just like, and there's people that are like, you could tell that those guys that are preaching those things, they're preying on the hurt because they're hurt.
Because I wonder if it's because that they can't really understand what it's like to basically have a strong woman. You know, it could be a possible scenario where, you know, someone is very independent in her being that he may not know how to control her. So he's just like, you know what, since I don't need it, you know. And it's just like, that's not the right mentality.
Well, it's like, yo, you got disappointed at some point or another. It didn't work out between you and this chick that you were interested in, you know. She might have burned you. She might have been the one who, you know, did you wrong. Yeah. It happens.
That's true.
You know?
That's true.
Nobody's perfect. Guys, girls, there's some fucked up players on both sides.
We all playing the same game.
You know? But again, it's like, yo, be careful that energy you're putting out, because you're just going to get that right back. And that might be the cause of some of this turmoil that you're experiencing. Just something to be conscious of. We're going to put that out there like that.
Bro, that's a fact. Way beyond the speed.
Yeah, I mean?
Yeah.
So, yo, and it's like they're throwing this word simp around recklessly, it seems.
Which I might say has came in such a spontaneous fashion, and I don't really understand the true essence of it, you know? I mean,
so what's a simp?
I mean, I can't really categorize because I don't necessarily agree with somebody being a simp. I do believe in simpish behavior.
So what would that be?
You know, sort of someone who may not have it all figured out, but not only that they may just sort of get this desperate energy of, you know, I can't really understand what it is to like really grab my true nature of a man and present that in a way, you know, as such. And I know that was a very deep way to put it, but
this man he doesn't put anything simplified. He just comes with that Shakespearean talk.
Yeah, but you know, I
think, true though.
I think you can identify, you know, truly simpish behavior, which, you know, I think could be acknowledged if it is something that's present in one's sort of game, if you want to call it that, I guess, and stuff. But I'm going real deep right now, bro.
Go ahead.
I'm going real deep.
I like it. He going in deep.
Hey, you know what? Let's just say that, you know, somebody could just want to know how to go out and talk to somebody that may not know how to do it. And it may be mistakes that they make. And that's okay. You know? Like, you don't necessarily need to have it all figured out, but if you don't, that's why a little guidance is, you know, nice to have in terms of like maybe working on that or changing on that. So you don't identify as a simp, but you identify as, you know, a man sort of in a leadership sort of role.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference between a simp and a gentleman is their intention behind their actions, right? You're a simp if your intention behind the words that you're saying or the actions that you're doing are selfish reasons, right? You're trying to get the girl to like you. You're trying to, you know, you're saying everything, trying to get some attention, trying to get her to like you, rather than saying it just because it's the right thing to say or it's the right thing to do, right? Mm-hmm. You open a door for a lady, not because you're a simp. It's because that's the right thing to do. You're a gentleman. You're treating her like another decent human being, period. Mm-hmm. And that's what you should do, right? Yeah,
I agree. And I think that, you know, sometimes you think that by doing that, you may be perceived as weak. But I may tell you, my friend, that it's the strongest behavior you can ever display. Yeah. Because they always say that the respect for a man and his power comes with the smile of the woman next to him. Mm. And if you're able to influence her as such, in a profound way that she's able to, you know, provide a better version of her, and you're there to enhance that, and vice versa.
And I'm not doing this, you know, to try to get anything out of you. Yeah. You know, it's like take it or leave it. I'm doing this because I want to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah.
That's the difference right there. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, hey, you look great today. Not because, you know, I'm trying to get you to like me. It's because you do look great today. You know,
I think great.
Take it or leave it.
You don't. Girl, you look
fantastic.
You look popping.
You know what I mean?
Just popping, girl.
Keeping it 100% real.
Yeah.
Right?
Be transparent. You popping, girl.
You know, not allowing your emotions to dictate your actions. Mm-hmm. Right? Just acting out of pure and like genuine intention. Boom. That's alpha behavior, if anything. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not allowing my emotions or my past experiences or trauma to influence you or how I treat you. I'm doing it because, you know, this is how I genuinely feel. Take it or leave it. I don't care. Like you can. I know my intention. Right.
Which is okay. Even if you felt like it didn't work out in the past or whatever it is, but you can never stop truly being yourself. And if you got to change or distort some sort of behavior modification that is true to you, then that's simpish behavior.
Yeah. And you know, girls could be simps too. Girls, you gotta be careful.
Facts. Yeah. In a different way. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's just like with things that could be perceived as on a you know, a woman's eyes or a girl's eyes and perspective, you flip the script and it's the same for like maybe a guy viewed on her, like in terms of the different behaviors.
Yeah, so all these like things that we're talking about, they go both ways, right? These like simpish behaviors, it's like, you know, somebody who's like kind of not being 100% genuine. There's like almost like some sort of intention behind what they're saying. Yeah. And, you know, sometimes it could also be in the form of somebody being a little bit too clingy, too needy. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like you're displaying like what you said earlier, this like these signs of desperation or like these signs of, it's like really like sometimes signs of insecurity. Yeah. Right? Yeah. It's like when you're a little bit too clingy, too needy, like too much, and vice versa, like with the guys like that. Yep. It's like, yo, it's like, chill. You can let me breathe for a second. Right. You know what I mean? Give me my space. It's like, or, you know, you're trying to make it, you know, super obvious on every single thing that they post. Like, yo, let me stake my claim on this girl or this guy. Like I'm the, you know, it's like you don't have to do all that. You know what I mean? If you're really truly confident in the value you bring to the other person, all that stuff's not necessary. Of course, you want to gas up your girl, your guy, or whatever here and there, but like, you know, you don't have to go overboard with it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Too much of anything is not good for you.
Right. And it's like, there's a difference between some of these behaviors in a relationship and outside the relationship.
Yeah.
When you're not even in a relationship with this girl or this guy, and you're being that way, you know, it could be perceived as simpish, right?
Yeah, no, I get that.
You know, but hey, look, if you really have a true admiration, because like there's a difference if you're truly like, you know, you have a true admiration for this person and you just want to gas them up because you want to make them feel good, you know, like you admire them, you appreciate them, you know what I mean? Like we get that sometimes. I know your ass gets it.
Stop it.
All the time.
Don't make me blush.
You looking fly today, this and that. It's because it's like, you know, I admire you, I respect you, and I wanna gas you up. I wanna make you feel good. You know, that's like, you know, because you know, you're a supporter of ours, right? It's like, but it's like that was your intention.
Yeah.
You know, it's like not a selfish intention. It's almost a selfless intention in that.
It is a selfless
in
intention.
that case.
Absolutely.
The selfish intention is like when you're saying those things to try to like get their attention and trying to like get them to.
Which is basically like you'll say anything to like try to, you know, entertain them in such a sense.
Right.
You know? Which is like, okay, you're not willing to really just do things on your own terms. You just got to do whatever it is.
And to be straight up, like people don't respect that. It's like, you know, it's like it's like, yo, I can kind of feel what you're trying to do here. And it's like, it's not having the effect that you want it to have.
And it's true because it shows you pay attention more and you're more detail oriented when it's in such a way that is selfless because it is very like sort of specific almost.
You can feel the selflessness sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, 100%.
It feels much better when it comes across as like selfless.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this for anything other than, you know, trying to be truthful and trying to, you know, impact you in a positive way or whatever.
Absolutely.
You know, I see a girlfriend of mine post something and it's like, yo, props, girl. You're looking good today. You know, it's like I'm giving you that little
nudge of
that little
encouragement.
dopamine that you know, because I know you. You're one of my homies.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
You'll never catch my name liked by Miles. You'll never ever catch my name on somebody that I don't know personally, or on somebody who's like the post is like. It's like it resonates with me in some way. It's not gonna be just a thirst trap post on some random girl. You'll never see my name. Never.
I can just imagine scrolling through that after you said that, just finding multiple videos.
Like by Miles Hass as a girl twerking.
Commented by Miles Hass.
You won't find one.
Crazy like comments that you put up there.
You won't find one.
5 hard. No,
if there's anything that I'll say, it's always like kind of quirky or clever or funny. It's just like, it's never like heart eye emojis and.
Right. So do you think the response?
You're a goddess on earth.
Stop.
That ain't working.
Wait,
that's not gonna work.
I understand the appreciation of what they're trying to show and tell, but like there's a way of going about it that doesn't come across.
Yeah. So how would you, instead of like leaving those kind of comments, what kind of comments would you leave instead?
Well, if it's something that she's doing, or say it's a comment that a caption she's left, you know, based off of what her photo or picture was and what it included. And really just paying attention to the details of something that like somebody wouldn't normally say and go for the obvious, you know? Like anybody could just say, oh, you're beautiful or you're pretty, or which is not bad. I mean, that's a good intention coming out of your heart. But like when you show some sort of, you know, kind of detail-oriented perceptionist when you're looking at them, oh, this outfit or like, you know, maybe something on the same wavelength or understanding with their caption of, you know, you could say something along those lines that makes sense with that.
Right.
And show a sort of this connection that like, yo, I'm a little deeper than the surface level, but not in such a drastic way, you know?
Yes, exactly. You're pointing out something that's other than the obvious.
Yeah, there you go.
You feel
Profound as that. Exactly.
And then like if you can make it funny, make them laugh.
Evoke humor. That is always a yes. That is always a yes. You can get a girl's response. What was that Marilyn Monroe quote that said, if you can get a girl to laugh, you can get her to do anything.
Bro, that's what I live by. That's my whole game, if you haven't figured it out. My whole game is trying to make you laugh.
There you go. And you have made tons and tons of people laugh, my friend, even me.
If I can make you laugh to the point where you're wet from the eyes, I know that I can do other things that'll make you wet in between the thighs.
Please write that down. Copyright that. Right now.
I just came up with that off the top of my head.
That's literally one of those statements that just hit you in the core, mic drop, you walk away.
If you can make it laugh, you can make it do a lot of things. That's that quote.
Yeah.
I was like, yup. That's I gotta rely on that one.
But if you think about it, there's more substance in that because you're hitting her in a place that's deeper.
Yeah, dude. It's just like it's showing personality, man. It's just like, yo, this is the best way to like. Everybody enjoys humor. You make people feel good.
Yes.
You know, everybody. You want to make people feel good. Period. Right.
Yeah.
And you make them feel when you can get something across that's authentic and genuine. It's beyond the obvious. It kind of goes back to what we were talking about on that one of our previous episodes about like those compliments that actually work.
Yeah.
It's like when you touch on something deeper, it makes us look at you different, right?
Absolutely.
And there's different things that you can do to get somebody's attention rather than just hitting them with them hard eye emojis and the
eyes.
Do it for the whole.
Stop, though. No.
It's like, bruh, what is you doing?
You know, and if you think about it, people that base sort of riches or their status on, you know, sort of their attraction, you gotta realize that like people won't necessarily like they'll like it, but you connect more when someone is just
be
them
just be authentic with it, and you know, don't get too hung up on the fact of whether or not like she responds back or doesn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like we see too many of those like hi, hey, and they're flirting in the DMs and you're just talking to yourself the whole time, and it's like, yo, she's not responding back, bro. Just like there's a reason for that. It's just like go put your energy somewhere else.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Or reapproach, because everything that you're saying is like not working.
Right.
Don't waste your time. It's just like move on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Remember, it's about how you make them feel at the end of the day. You can get them to literally, that's the first step. Once you got that door open, of course, it's up to you, but like making them feel and evoking an emotion.
And have selfless intentions behind it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you're selfless and you don't care whether they accept it or not, you're just being real with them, you know, they can feel that first off. You can feel
it's unapologetic.
Exactly. And then you don't feel any type of way. It's like take it or leave it. It's like I don't care if you know, don't respond to this or you don't notice this or, you know, you think I'm trying to come at you a different way than I really am. Yeah. I'm not. I'm just being real with you.
Oh, there's power in that because now nobody's opinion really matters on you but yours. You know, so it's just like if you care, like when you're carefree about your intention and what you say and what you project and what you verbalize to the other person, you display confidence in itself because it's like, oh, this person like don't really care about the response that they're gonna get, but wow, like, I feel the conviction in that. Like,
yeah,
you feel
exactly, and you knew you were coming from a genuine place. You could take it or leave it. I don't care. Like you could take it as me trying to hit on you, or you could take it as me trying to give you a genuine compliment.
Yeah.
You know, because I wanted to, right? And that's it. It's like you could take it whatever way you want. I'm putting it out there because I wanted to.
There's nothing wrong with that.
You feel me?
At all.
And if you ain't gonna appreciate it, somebody else.
Wait, but be honest. Have you ever deleted a comment after viewing it, like say in one of those cases or scenarios like you just described, and you don't get reply back to?
Oh, I mean, not really.
Have you done that before? I'm just asking. Like,
I'm trying to think. It'd have to be something like. No, because I don't really leave those kind of comments often, and if I'm gonna say it, it's just like I don't give a fuck whether or not
right.
you take it or not.
Right.
I think there has been a case where like I've unsent a message.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, okay, I want to follow up with you, right? But if you see that I've like already tried to reach out to you, that might like look bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's get a start for a fresh start. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
So I'm just like, unsend. But it's like, even in those cases, I wasn't even trying to like really hit on you or anything. I was just trying to like, you know, give you props or whatever, just gas you up because like I could feel for that situation you were in, and like I'm trying to give you props. I'm thinking of this like one particular case in my head, and then it's like, oh, you know, I want to reach back out to this person because like I think we could collaborate on some way, and then I see a bunch of those, and I'm just like, oh, you know what? Maybe she might think she might take this the wrong way. Like now it's starting to appear as if like
you're like literally having a conversation with yourself.
Yeah, but it's like not even. It's just me replying to certain things.
Yeah,
it's like, yo, I want to kind of start on a clean slate.
Yeah, you can't be that.
I noticed that shit happen with us sometimes too. You ever notice that? Like somebody delete their comments or their replies.
That's why I'm just like, yeah, there's a sort of a psyche behind that from both sides. Yeah, it's very interesting. I'm gonna say.
Yeah, man. So,
the face says everything.
Got this comment, man, of like this kid. You could tell he's young. You could tell that he's like got a big chip on his shoulder.
Okay.
He's like the video that he commented on was a video of us like talking about how people are on this new alpha male fucking wave of like you can't respect women in order to be an alpha male.
Right.
And you know, it was basically us like saying, okay, that's bullshit. You've been hurt. Is what that is. Like,
absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's like you don't want to admit it, but we could be real. You got a chip on your shoulder for a reason, my friend. It's all cool. We understand. We get it. We all been there.
Yeah.
We used to have that same sort of mentality at one point. It's like, damn, when you go through it, it's hard not to feel that way sometimes.
But you see the level of transformation that comes with that, you know?
Especially when you're younger and, you know, it happens to you for the first time. It's just like, you know, you're so frustrated, just like, fuck them. It's like, fuck that. I'm not going to allow myself to get to that place of hurt anymore. So from now on, I'm just going to be disrespectful and not give a fuck, you know, so that way I'm in the power position, right?
Well, I feel that's counterproductive. Because if you think about it, like if somebody has rejected you multiple times, the rather fashion would be to actually put that energy and time investment to bettering yourself and personal development to where you're reaching your status or whatever it is you're trying to create for your reality because you got more focused energy to do that. Like, why would you hate? Because, like, react out of hate or love.
Preach, brother.
Be love is peace. So you can be peaceful in your state of mind by that instead of just hating somebody for not agreeing with you.
And what do you make of this comment? This guy's comment, replied to that video, was, no respect is where it's at. As long as I can shatter some uppity hoes' egos by being an asshole, I'm happy being single.
Well,
what do you make of that?
I could sense that there's a slight sense of bitterness of what you said, that he's been hurt, and he feels that that's probably the most effective way because of he's trying to mask his sort of emotions of himself of numbing that, you know, in a way as such. So he thinks that by avoiding the issue in itself, and not only that, but also let me just kind of bash on him a little bit, then I can feel sort of powerful. Right.
If I can't be happy, I want to bring all of you down with me.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be happy either.
This is like a leech, almost in a sense. You know?
It's like, you know, you want to bring other people down instead of bringing yourself up.
Yes.
You know?
And when you want to influence people to be brought up with you.
Because that's the easier route to take.
Yeah.
That's easier to try to bring other people down rather than bring yourself up. Bringing yourself up is much harder.
Absolutely.
Right? So tell me, what's so alpha about that? You know, what's alpha about taking the easier route?
I think character and integrity is someone's truest self-worth.
Yeah. You know, and those are the things that people respect in others.
Yeah.
Right? The 100%. Opposite gender. You know, if you're trying to attract a woman in your life, there's obviously certain characteristics
that you have to display
that you have to have.
Yeah.
And display in order for them to like want to fuck with you. So take a step back, young man.
Well, yeah. And it has to be
and ask yourself, why is it you think the world's against you Listen, the world's against all of us in some way or shape or form. We're not supposed to be here right now. Neither of us.
100%. That's the realest statement right
We're
there.
We're not supposed to
and
be
this
here.
Is true on these matters.
The world was against us.
We was not supposed to.
You know, but we refused to allow that to dictate our outcome. We refused to allow it to impact us in a negative way. We said, fuck that. We're going to make something happen for ourselves and put ourselves in a position where the world does accept us.
You're taking a stand for your purpose, essentially, too.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like it's not supposed to be easy.
Right.
It's not going to be easy. You just got to fucking, okay, what the fuck can I do to make myself better, make this world easier? The world, that shit is... You don't start on easy mode. There is no such thing as easy mode.
I don't think you ever.
They throw you in this bitch on savage mode right off the rip.
Yeah. Right. Which makes you have a greater appreciation for it because this survival mode that it awakens in you.
That's the thing. That's the thing. If you think the world's against you, that's probably because you think that you have a bunch of these disadvantages in life. But what you fail to realize, a lot of those disadvantages are in a way advantages.
That part.
Those are big advantages. Those are huge advantages. Because when you get through those advantages and you come out on the other side, or those quote-unquote disadvantages, you come out on the other side, and life is easy compared to everybody else. I know people who got born with everything handed on a fucking golden-plated, diamond-encrusted silver platter.
Beautiful description, by the way.
And they cannot handle the world, the real world, quite nearly as easily as guys and people who have been through some shit can deal with it. You know what I mean?
Well, it goes back to that saying. You know, if your back is against the wall already, there's no way to go before it.
Exactly. You know? But if you were already born fucking 10 steps ahead, you take a step back and you feel like you're falling forever. You're like, oh shit, I'm not used to this. I don't know what to do in this situation. It's like people with the disadvantages growing up and getting through it. It's like, yo, that's nothing. What the fuck? I've dealt with way worse than that.
Exactly.
It's like if I could survive that, this is a walk in the park.
Anything.
Right.
And the more you rack those up, the more of perspective it's like, yo, I've been through all of this already. What makes you think that I can't get through this?
Yeah. Exactly.
You know? And I can't overcome this. And then when another one comes, it's like, oh, I'm already ready for that. Like I'm 10 steps ahead, like you said, because I've accepted it.
Oh, I've been mentally prepared my whole life for this shit.
Exactly.
Bring it on. It's like, don't get me wrong, it does suck sometimes when you have to face it and you're just like, fuck, here we go again.
Yeah.
But then you're like, you gotta remind yourself, I've been through way worse. What the fuck? This ain't nothing. Fuck it. It is what it is. And you know, instead of like dreading all the bullshit that's gonna come your way, anticipate it. Know it's coming. It's like, be ready for it before it even gets there. That way, when it arrives, you're just like, oh,
right.
Here it is, you know?
Right, exactly.
So it's like, dude, your perspective's just got to change. You know, you're bitter about something. It's like you have control over you. You don't have control over anybody else.
Yeah, and always remember that there's nothing or there's never too much that you can't handle in life.
Yeah.
Because it's like literally we were created to experience, to endure, and to overcome. That's where, you know, true life is really spent because it's experience. It's, you know what I'm saying, circumstances where you just evolved.
Exactly.
I know that was really deep.
There was another comment, a young man, he's like, it was one of the you attract what you reflect comments.
Yeah.
Or videos that we posted. That's like one of them things that we preach out here. You attract what you reflect. We should put that on a shirt, man. I swear to God.
I mean, it's the truest thing. You wouldn't put a nice sort of steak next to a beef patty from McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you want that steak. So.
You can't be no paper plate trying to get a filet mignon put on you. You know, you better.
That's better be so. What
you better level your ass up, become one of them fine dining China plates, and then you gonna find your filet mignon, young man. You feel me?
That part,
you wouldn't put no fucking filet mignon on no fucking paper plate.
Yeah.
I mean, you could, but fuck, it don't make sense.
I feel what you, yeah, exactly.
We out here hitting these fucking strange analogies. But this guy, he's all frustrated about the situation. He's like, yo, I attracted this girl because we have this common interest. It has to do with like having a love for nature and whatnot.
Yeah.
But then this girl found somebody else that not only does that, like shares that common interest, but also shares other common interests with her as well. So she found somebody that she liked better, and like he's bitter that he lost her to that. And I was like, I mean, it's like, yeah, okay. Just because you guys have one common interest, that doesn't mean like you guys are a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
Right?
It doesn't define compatibility.
You got to understand what else do you offer other than that one common interest.
That part.
And the analogy I used with him, it's like that would be like, you inviting her into your house and you only got one dope room in your house. You can't just have one dope room. You got to make that whole house dope.
The whole thing.
Exactly. Every part of your house is dope. You know what I mean? So that way when they walk in, they're like, oh shit, this is a dope ass pad. Oh, the living room is dope. The bathroom is dope. The bedroom is something I've never seen before.
The air is dope too in here. What you got, dehumidifiers? Or?
But you got to make sure that foundation is strong, because you never know. Sometimes they give the appearance of a dope house, but then you be sitting on the toilet one of these days and you fall right through the floor.
Well, I was gonna say,
and you just get that pipe that just
the wind is so strong because your house is built on sand and it blows it away instead of it being built on like solid brick.
And that's the mental aspect.
Respect.
You feel me? Goddamn. When did we turn into these goddamn philosophers and whatnot? Holy shit. We out here spitting some. Damn. You are on one today, young man.
You know why? Because right next to you.
I can see why, bro.
But right next to you, what does it read?
Inspire somebody.
Inspire someone. How do you do that? You connect on a deeper level.
That's a subconscious thing. I planted that thing there on
go.
Purpose, just so it could always be subconsciously ingrained in your mind.
Permeated completely, wholeheartedly. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Your hair looks good. I like your cut, G.
Thank you, bro. Can you please remind me or like give me a little hint whenever I got one of these stragglers that
he be thinking that like sometimes when he think he looking like alfalfa, I don't say nothing. But I'm like, bro,
you do.
You be fine, bro.
Nah,
like
bro,
y'all don't lie to the bad, because I would tell you if it's that bad.
You guys know they be seeing the little guy fucking just dangling, doing his own thing.
They all agree with you, probably right now. They're like, yeah. Rome, you ain't shit for nothing.
You don't see.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see nothing.
Because I have a bad habit of always having to do something with my hands. Mm-hmm. So I'll touch my hair, touch my beard, and then a lot of times I just like fuck up my shit, and then I'll be sitting there for the next 15 minutes trying to deliver some deep shit. And I got this homeboy over here just like trying to tag along.
Turning gray or white too.
And you're just sitting across from me like, yeah. Yeah, dog.
Yo, I really be digesting what you be telling me though. That's the thing. Yeah. Y'all can tell active listening than listening. You know how I know I really got you? Is when you go like this, and then you just wait. Why the lowered eyes, bro? The sun ain't in the way right there. It's a light skin look.
I swear to God, I see it. It's a thumb on the chin with the index on the temple.
Is that what it is? So naturally,
and you just got that squint, like this motherfucker. And then you hit me, and you hit me with one of them. Yeah. It's just like that. I was like, I got.
You know what that reminds me of, bro? Say it like this: the little dolls or the little stuffed animals with the string on the back, and you pull them, and then it says a voice. That would be my voice. So like,
you just pull the string, it comes back. Yeah. Yeah. They love your yas though. Don't be acting like you guys don't love his yas.
I don't know what you're talking about. I appreciate
So there's one DM we got actually today. Man, she hit us with
just one today? Wow, that's a new record.
No, not just one. We got like at least a dozen today.
Okay.
We just got one today. We just literally just got one that just came in. Let me read it real quick.
Oh, right now, dang, look at the timing, is immaculate.
Okay, this literally just came in.
Okay.
What if you dated a man for 6 months and planned your whole life with him, but he breaks up with you for different reasons, but yet still stalks my page, posts stuff to get under my skin, only wants to have sex with you, but talks to you as if he's moved on and to leave him alone? Is it his pride or ego? And does he really love me or what?
Oh, I mean, it sounds like it could be all three.
Yeah.
If you want me to be honest.
His pride is hurt. His ego is hurt. He doesn't want to show his cards that he's hurt. So his words are contradicting his actions.
And it don't mean he don't love you, though.
It's,
It could just be like sort of he's trying to figure out sort of self-internalization.
No, but here's the thing, though.
Like, you know,
if you really did love her, you know, you would figure out a way to make it work. Why'd he break up with you? For different reasons. I don't know what the reasons are. He still has some feels for you. I'm not sure the background on all this. But it's like, if you really loved her, I don't have enough information on this guy to really give a proper diagnosis of the situation.
Yeah.
But it seems as if those little things that he posts are ways for him to try to, like, you know, still
have that attachment.
Keep you, yeah. And then, I don't know, try to get something out of you still. It's like, yo, cut him off.
Yeah.
Don't waste
That's
your time.
selfish.
Yo, exactly. You can find somebody else better to fulfill
well,
that.
And that's what you do.
That doesn't have to play you don't have to play them games with.
Exactly. And if it was him breaking up with you initially to begin with, if he knew that it was better for you, for him not to be around, because he still had growth to do within himself, then he would let you go.
Yep.
So that would mean that unconditionally he loves you. The fact that maybe it didn't work out because y'all two were just maybe at two different points where it was sort of battles that he needs to figure out for himself, but he doesn't feel the need to straggle you along on being selfish to do that. He's just like, you know, I love this girl enough to let her go. And as much as maybe I love her and I want, she makes me happy or whatever the case is, because we don't know the truest extent to this, but he just like lets you go out of like, you know, hopes of you finding a better person or, you know. Just,
but then if that was also the case, why would you post
That's
things?
just devil's advocate. You know?
Yeah, it's like, but why post stuff to get under her skin? It's like, if you truly have this unconditional love, like, you let her go and let her be. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's so, there's some bitterness happening over there. But this next one, I know this one's going to hit home with a lot of you girls, because I've been seeing, this is the overlap I've been talking about earlier in the episode.
Yeah.
Same situation playing out over and over and over again in the DMs. And I'm just like, yo, I already know what's happening with you, homegirl. So this young lady, she sent us a long ass DM. She had to send it in like five different messages.
It's thorough. Very thorough.
Very thorough. So
it's like a book.
I know exactly what's going on here. Just to make a long story short, there's a person that's showing her a lot of interest, talking every day, FaceTiming every day, very flirtatious, replying to her stories and, you know, engaging with her and making her feel like, yo, I vibe with you, I like you a lot and all this. But
I knew it was a butt coming.
Whenever it comes to actually hanging out and making plans, he's very flaky.
I think that's something where it may be a case of he wants his cake and eat it too, you know? Like, I believe that, like, if she was really priority of him showing all this interest, because you make it a priority. If you're really spending your time and investment and, like, really building a connection or a rapport and interaction with somebody, you're going to make the time to, like, hang out with them and see them in person and develop, you know, that on a human level in person if you really like cared about that. So I don't know, maybe he's trying to seek validation or just keep you around and put attention. So
I'll tell you what the result is, because I've already seen it play out. And it goes along with exactly what you said. He wants his cake and he wants to eat it too. But the thing that you don't realize is that you're not the cake. He's already got the cake.
yeah.
He's just trying to get a bite of something else.
That sounds very well like what it is. Yeah.
You're the side chick. I know that's not what you want to hear.
But we're being real with you.
But if I'm gonna, and I already know that you've had this suspicion in your head.
And you asking questions.
And I'm here to tell you that your story, it matches up almost identically with some of these other stories that I've been hearing. And then the result at the end of it is like, I just found out this guy's had a girlfriend for the last 6 months, or I just found out this guy's got a baby mama that lives in another state that he never told me about. I just found out this and that. And it's the same thing. It's like the FaceTiming, the calls, the deep conversations, all that, everything.
It might have been the same story.
But when it comes to actually hanging out and doing stuff together, I can't. I already made other plans with this person and that person or whatever. It's always some sort of excuse, right? What is that excuse really?
I mean, for you, you have to ask yourself if that's what you want and don't mind. Like, is this person worth it? Like,
it's not what you want. Let's be real. That's not what you fucking want.
Okay, but like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
There's girls out there that still probably string along with the situation.
If they know that preemptively.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the one chick that we addressed in the other episode she knew the guy was in a relationship. Right?
Yeah.
So again, it goes back to what you said.
There you go.
It's like it'd be different if he was respecting his relationship.
Yes.
And then it didn't work out, and then he started talking.
Because that's not cool. If we're gonna be honest, if you're in a relationship with somebody, it should be about them. Wholeheartedly, like you should not be trying to, you know, look elsewhere and try to like, you know, be selfish. That's what it is essentially. Because you're not taking into account their feelings of how they may feel if they find out about this situation, and also the character and integrity that you have, that you actually do that. Just maybe you don't have the complete respect.
No, it's like, it's not even that. The way to look at it.
No, it could be that.
Yeah, it could be that. But also, it's
like,
look at the guy that you're entertaining. You're entertaining somebody who's got like no respect for his own relationship. Like, this is the quality of the guy that you're entertaining. Do you really want to be entertaining a guy like that? Right? Is he really worth your time if he's that kind of guy?
Exactly.
Right? It's like one thing to do it for your own selfish needs, but like what your selfish needs are trying to tell you to do is like keep this guy who's like a scumbag around. You know what I mean? Like, that's a low quality guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why waste your time with somebody like that? You're better than that.
But just like you said, if he doesn't respect his relationship, he doesn't respect himself, and in fact, he won't respect you. Yeah. It's literally a cycle of that. Just keep that in account.
Why do you think guys do that shit though?
I think that as guys, and I hate to actually say this in terms of like,
keep it real.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
keep it real.
What they feel could be, you know, in the large masses of what's in our nature or men's nature. And it's not really something I agree with in terms of like the whole predatory, like, hunting, but not made to like just have, it's like, how many can I get? Or like doing everything that I want to do. And it does not matter how you feel. I'm just going to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that that's disrespectful for one, because you have someone that you developed a relationship with that's supposed to be strong and solidified. But now you're going off and sneaking off and you're doing other stuff that it's going to bite you in the ass later. I'm really going to tell you that too. So if you're doing that and you listen to us, just...
That whole notion, I feel like, though, if I'm being real, of like, oh, guys do that because it's in their nature.
No, but I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I think that's just a lame excuse that guys use.
Yeah.
to fucking justify their action. Oh, it's in my nature. It's in my DNA. It's in my genetics. Like, this is how I was programmed. I think that's a lame-ass excuse that you're just defaulting to because you don't want to take accountability for your own actions, for your selfishness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That part.
And I think the true reason behind your actions is like you're using this other girl as insurance.
Yeah.
For this relationship that you're currently in.
You're essentially 1 foot in and 1 foot out.
Right. This guy's 1 foot in and 1 foot out in his current relationships, and you're the insurance. If anything goes wrong with this one, I got you. You help give me leverage in this situation.
But if anything goes wrong with you, he has her. So he won't let go because he wants to just have a security blanket.
Exactly. And yo, let's be real, girls. Y'all do this shit too. Girls do this shit too.
The cat is out of the bag in terms of we being real on
the cat's out the bag.
Because I do agree.
Cat's out the bag, girl.
It's not just a one-sided
It's gonna go
deal.
both ways.
Yeah.
Look, it's gotta go both ways.
Yeah.
We gotta keep it real.
Yeah.
And look, we kind of get it. If I'm gonna be real, super fucking real, I could kind of understand why you don't want to automatically put all your eggs in one basket, right? But I could see that from like a dating perspective, right? If you're in the dating pool, and you're putting your eggs in different baskets because you don't know which one's gonna play out, how they're gonna play out yet.
Like when you're single,
right? When you're single,
right? Exactly. Yeah.
But when you enter into a committed relationship, you take yourself out of that pool, right? Now you are committing to a relationship is putting your eggs in that basket and focusing your energy on this basket.
Exactly.
Right.
It's essentially a covenant.
Right. So what are you doing putting your 1 foot in, 1 foot out? Right. It's like, okay, what? There's problems in your current relationship and you're like trying to entertain some other things just as a backup plan, just in case this one doesn't work out. What's going on here? You know, you already see the writing on the wall in that relationship, so you've got 1 foot out and you're starting to entertain some of these other things.
Yeah, I feel automatically, in terms of viewing that from your perspective, when that happens, just, you know, like red flag, like it's pointed out when, if they're doing this with them, why do I respect them? Because they're gonna do this with me too. Like,
yo, and here's the thing too. You'll be stuck in limbo the whole time if you choose to wait around. Like, I've been through this before. It's like, oh, she's going through some issues with this guy, and maybe if I stick around and they finally like dissolve it, then it'll be, you know, my turn to step in, right?
Yeah.
It's like, but then what happens? It's like, oh, that on and off. She takes a step out and starts to step into my basket, but then they fix things and they talk things out, and now she's back in his basket. Fuck that. Make a decision. You go figure your shit out. I'm gonna go do my own thing. If we happen to cross paths after you've already like made a concrete decision, then we can talk. But don't fucking I'm not getting mixed up. I'm not waiting around for you to figure it out. Fuck that.
Right.
It's, you know what I mean?
And it can't be the same narrative that y'all took within that first time of y'all doing things, because it's gonna be the same repeated story. You have to change that. Both of you guys within yourself. And if you really feel like he has, he'll show it and he'll display that, you know, within his, you know, his being, his mannerisms, his actions, his deliverance, you know, everything, his conviction. You know?
So. And it's like, if you find yourself in that situation where it's like, okay, writing's on the wall, I need to like start entertaining some other options just to like have a backup plan or whatever. It's like, you got to realize what you're doing. You are like that situation. It's like, it's a done deal. Like it's not going to work out with that mentality. Because you're splitting your energy in two different places. You know, instead of focusing all your energy on just fixing this situation, you know what I mean? You've got 1 foot out and you're starting to put some of that energy towards your backup plan, right? So this is hopeless now. That other thing is hopeless. That original thing is not going to work out. It's like done deal, dead.
It's literally like planting too many seeds that you don't have enough water to grow.
You know what I mean? You might as well just put it out of its misery and then fucking let's move on and focus all your energy on the new thing, right? If the writing's on the wall and you're trying to, you know, You don't know if it's gonna work out. Put that relationship out of its misery, and then go focus all your energy on something new and better that's right for you, instead of like continuing to like half-ass it in it, you know, fix this other relationship.
Yeah.
You know where it's fucking going. You know what I mean? Like, that's why you're doing this shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You already know it's not gonna work out. So put it out of its misery. That's easier said than done, obviously, in a lot of cases. But you got to realize that when you don't, fucking just pull the trigger and like, yo, it's like time for us to just move on from this and figure out how both of us can move in better directions. And do what's best for us.
And of course, it's uncomfortable, so you don't want to face it head on and address it early on sometimes. But like I tell you, that you cannot prolong the inevitable.
Yeah. And you got to find the most efficient way to go about it, right? Because it might be a tough relationship to get out of, right? It might be somebody that you kind of feel like you're stuck with.
Yeah.
And it's a toxic relationship. And anytime you try to like move on from it, they come back with like some aggressive, negative energy. And it's like, yo, this is dangerous now.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, this is where you need to ask for help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You need to let your friends and family in on what's going on. Don't paint like a perfect picture for everybody else when some fucking turmoil is happening behind the scenes.
Yeah.
No. You gotta fucking...
telling how it is, boy. Go ahead.
Let your homegirls, let your family know, your mom, your dad, whoever. It doesn't matter. You got to be real with them. These are the closest people to you. Those are the people you are supposed to come
support
to,
system.
you know? And don't feel any sort of shame about it either. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's not working out, and I feel shameful that it's, you know, I'm supposed to be in this perfect relationship, but you know it's not. And you're not saying anything to anybody, and now you're feeling stuck. It's like because you're letting your ego and your pride get in the way of like actually stepping out of that place, seeking help, showing people, hey, look, I got some problems and I need help with this. There's nothing wrong with
asking for help.
You know, if I could be a little bit open here, my sister went through that with her first husband. She was, and this is the sister that I'm talking about that, you know, I talked up on one of the other episodes. But she was married before that guy. And we come from a culture where divorce is not like something that's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Right? It's like shameful.
Yeah.
Right? But she was dealing with some things that were giving her anxiety attacks. And this is like my sister that is the strongest willed person I know. Like the most mentally stable and strongest independent woman I know. And she was getting anxiety attacks. That just tells me that some shit is way off. Yeah. Right? And so what did she do? She went to my parents, broke down and spilled the beans to them. She even did it with me. She called me. I didn't even have to ask 2 questions. I already could tell by the tone of her voice and like the way she was talking to me that something was wrong. And there was no questions asked. You don't have to fill me in on the details. You know, she basically asked me if I would move in with her, you know, because, you know, I didn't, as soon as she asked me that, I knew what that implied. So I was like, yeah, I will, you know.
Yeah.
No questions asked. I could tell she was having a hard time telling me that because of what it was, but it's no questions asked. I'm there. I got you. And, you know, she was able to move through it. She told me, she told my parents, we supported her. We helped her in whatever way we could to help her, you know, transition. And, you know, now she found somebody better, right? She moved on from it. We all make mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, even the best of the best of us. We're gonna fuck up. Trust me.
But we have made mistakes.
Yeah, we have, and we
Lots
will.
of them.
We will continue to.
Yeah.
As much as we claim to know, like as much as we know, we're still gonna fuck up.
I feel like
you just watch. You just wait and see, girl. We gonna fuck up, and we'll tell you about it. So that way, maybe we could help somebody else that might have gone through it.
It's the most human thing in our nature to make mistakes. We're not created to be perfect. You know?
Exactly.
So you learn from them, though. You don't keep making the same mistakes. You make mistakes, you learn, you do things differently, and you can make more mistakes in different arenas and everything that you have to figure out.
You're trapping yourself when you can't admit your mistakes. You know, you're just trapping yourself in this situation.
Nobody like to be trapped, man. Don't trap yourself.
Hell no. I ain't being
Stop the trapping and stop the capping, please.
You feel me? So yeah, I mean, look, back to the situation of like, yo, if you notice somebody in your life that's kind of giving you these mixed signals or whatever, and they're having a hard time, you know.
Yeah.
You guys are having a hard time, like, actually, like, hanging out and seeing each other and taking it a step further. Be conscious of the fact that, yo, there might be something else happening behind closed doors. So don't get overly committed to that person or overly attached to that person until their actions speak other than their words, okay?
Yeah.
It's like, I want to see you. I want to hang out. Okay, but are you coming to see me? Are we doing anything? It's like, yo, just come see me. And then I'll believe you.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Let your actions speak louder than words. Because, yo, we don't got time for that funny business. I just went through this myself, too. It's like, oh, we got to see each other soon. Okay, cool. And then every time it gets pushed off. It's like, I'm not dumb. I play dumb sometimes on purpose.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I know what the fuck is going on. In my head, though, I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever. You don't want to come out and tell me what the fuck is real. Cool. To each their own. I'm not investing any more emotion into that, though.
Yeah. You can't. Just self-sabotage. The more you dwell on it, it's the past. Do not.
We just keeping it real, girl.
And we keeping it chill.
You feel me?
100%.
So, yeah, I'm sorry to tell you, girl. If you're in that situation and you're listening to this right now and this is like a truth that you don't want to confront, but I think in the back of your head, you know. If you're hearing this right now, and you're just like squinting as you're listening or watching,
what you're doing right now,
you know.
Yo, the conviction, bro.
That the truth is somewhere in there. You want to ignore it, right? You want to you have like this hopeful or wishful thinking that, oh, maybe this is an exception, maybe this is it. But don't be naive and just mentally prepare yourself so you don't get hurt. That's all I'm saying here.
Yeah, I agree with you. Because, there's nothing worse than being alone and the person is right there in front of you, but you still feel alone. Reevaluate things if it comes down to that. 100%.
Go find you something else, baby. Go find you something better, baby.
Well, let something else find you.
Yeah. Don't be waiting for these dudes if they can't. They're giving you these mixed signals. Fuck that.
Nobody got time for games.
We ain't got time for that. You feel me? So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time we got for this week's episode. But we are going to dive straight into the bonus episode.
Ooh, let's get it.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get straight into it. You can find that at magicmenplus.com. That's where we do these exclusive bonus episodes every week, just in case you were not aware. That's also your way of supporting the podcast, supporting us, your boys, your bros. These bonus episodes are something that we do every single week as a show of appreciation for you girls' support, or for your guys' support. So we appreciate y'all. We're going to get into that episode right now. And we will see you over there. So anyway, if you are listening to this on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, girl, what you doing? You still ain't got that subscribe button tapped?
Do that.
Come on now.
Do that.
Shit. And if you are on YouTube, drop a comment. Let us know your thoughts. Share your experiences. Your perspective is very important to us. Your opinions are very valuable.
Very insightful.
Exactly. You know what I mean? We don't claim to know it all. So if there's something that we missed, hit us with it.
Let's go.
I mean? So thank you guys for listening. Thank you for giving us your time, your ears, your eyes, and your inner thighs.
And fellas, appreciate y'all too.
Appreciate you fellas too, dog.
Not your inner thighs, but yeah.
We appreciate you too, dog.
There you go. Well, you ain't got to change his voice, but yeah, I feel it. Hey, thank you, ladies. Appreciate y'all.
And we will see y'all next week.
Yeah, let's go.
Peace.